What is up? It's DeepBoyce here, and I'm just doing a quick little intro for an interview we did with Dmitryi Khlynin, who works for Bandai Namco. He's a community specialist, and we talked quickly about Code Vein, an upcoming Souls-like game that is pretty dope. We got a chance to check it out during New York City Comic-Con 2017. So there's a little bit of gameplay on top of the interview, and of course there'll be another video that we'll have on the channel with just us playing and having a little bit of thoughts on Code Vein as we try out the on-the-floor demo where we pretty much go up against a boss that they set up for us to play against. So I'm a Souls fan. I really enjoyed the game, and I think a lot of people out there that are into Dark Souls or games like Neo will definitely be into Code Vein. So here's a little bit, he's an interview with some info on the game. Hope you guys enjoy it. Drop a comment, a like, subscribe, check out the vid, check out other vids, and share this with people you know. That's the best way for us to grow. But let me not delay this any further. Check out the interview with Dmitry. Thanks again.
I'm ready. What's going on, y'all? HazyRome here, NYCC 2017. I'm here with Dmitryi Khlynin.
Khlynin, Khlynin, whatever, however you want to pronounce it.
Now, you
Khlynin in the streets.
You said Khlynin.
Yes,
So
all right, let's go with Dmitryi Khlynin.
We're going with Dmitryi Khlynin.
Let's go with that.
Okay? And we're here to talk about Code Vein.
We are here to talk about Code Vein, certainly.
Code Vein is like a mashup of like Dark Souls coming from the creator of God Eater.
Yes.
Would you say that? Is that accurate?
That's an accurate assessment. If we want to keep it top level, we go with anime Dark Souls.
Anime Dark Souls, that works too. That works too. So tell me, what do you think about Code Vein and the comparisons people make to Dark Souls, and how do you think Code Vein differentiates itself from the Dark Souls franchise?
So we don't actually mind that comparison. Dark Souls is a huge brand for us anyway, so it's nice to see that comparison. And at first sight, yeah, straight up looks like anime Dark Souls, right? But the things that separate it, first of all, are your companion character. In Dark Souls, it's a very solitary game. You're on your own, right? This one, you have a companion character with you that can heal you, that can buff you, power you up, help you out in battle, stuff like that, regen you if you die. The other thing that sets it apart are the gifts. You basically play a Revenant, which is a vampire, right? And what they do is they have to draw blood in order to use their gifts. And what the gifts are special buffs or powers that they can use throughout gameplay to help them out, whether it's healing them, whether it's powering them up, or strengthening their attack power.
All right, I want to ask about gifts, but first I want to talk about the companions, because that's really different from Dark Souls. Dark Souls, it's you and the enemy before you, and they're going to take your life 9 times out of 10. But with the companions, what do they bring to the table for Code Vein? Do they all heal? Do they all attack? What are the different kinds of companions that you have available in Code Vein?
Sure, so there's several different companions. They all have a different, I guess you can call it a personality almost. You don't control them at all, you don't give them commands. The only thing you can tell them to do is, like, you know, either heal you or have them use a special gift, but they act on their own. They're autonomous.
Yeah.
Each one is different. There's several of them. We haven't revealed the exact number yet. I can tell you there are at least 3 that we have revealed. And each one has a different personality. So like Mia, the Russian hat girl, we call her.
Right, she's in the demo here.
She's all about assisting and helping. Where another companion would be, he's a very strong personality. He wants to go in and fight for you. Like he's more of a defensive person. He's more of a shield, if you will.
Sure.
So each one plays totally different with you.
How many companions are you allowed to have? Is it just one?
It's one at a time. That's correct.
One at a time. Okay. So I want to ask you about the gifts. Are the gifts like buffs?
Some of them are. Some of them are buffs. Some of them are defensive buffs. It's really dependent on what kind of loadout you select, because you create your own character at the beginning of the game. Right. And then you kind of select the gifts you want, and you can level them up. Awesome,
awesome, man. So is there a class-based system in Code Vein as well?
Kind of, yeah. It's more based on the type of weapon you want to use. It's there's several different weapons that you can use, and that bases your class. That lets you kind of decide the type of character you're going to play. So not exactly a class, but it's more on the weapon class.
Okay. So
I just want to ask a quick question. DeepBoyce coming in from the shadows. I'm in an interview too with Dmitry and HazyRome. I was wondering, Code Vein, maybe this is a little premature, you probably can't talk about this, but do you think there's some New Game Plus possibilities once you beat the game? I guess more Dark Souls style?
So yeah, we haven't really revealed anything about a New Game Plus. I mean, the possibilities there, they haven't even told us. The developers haven't told us whether they're going to do like a new game plus. But you know, I mean, looking at games like that, there should be. You know, they want to extend that replay value. I don't see why they wouldn't add something like that. Once again, it's just my assumption. Yeah. I'm not confirming anything, but I can only assume that there would be a new game plus for something like this.
And I guess, do you have any idea what's the length, I guess, of the main mode, the story mode?
We're looking at about 20 plus hours here. It's a longer game for sure.
20 plus hours if you're good.
If you're, well, no, if you're decent, you know, yeah. If you're good, yeah, sure.
So I want to ask you something real quick about, you know, what you loosely describe as like, you know, changing your class in air quotes, because it's not really class. So I heard, you know, based on my reading and my research, that you can kind of switch between different types of archetypes for your character. So you're not locked into a certain framework. I mean, Dark Souls is kind of known for being locked into one framework, locked into one class, so to speak, from beginning to end. But I read about some maneuverability in terms of the type of player you want to be for Code Vein.
Right. So on the fly, you can allocate the different points. So whether it goes to your HP, whether it goes into your magic, your stamina, your blood veil. So you can do that on the fly. So yeah, if you don't like the way you're playing, if you're playing like a warrior build and you want to switch it up to more of like a stealth build, you just, you know, drop the power and then put the points into your speed instead.
But you have to do that outside of like say a boss battle. You couldn't just go in there and
you can't. You just hit the button. I mean, you can do it. It won't pause the game. You can attempt to do that, but I would think you'd want to find a safe area. You know, it's very similar to Dark Souls when you level up. You want to do it right when you save.
Awesome.
Only difference is you're allocating different points. You still have a certain set amount of points.
Yeah.
You're just switching them up on the fly, as opposed to like leveling up and gaining more points.
Awesome.
Now, again, in terms of the, I guess, the narrative, as much as you can tell us, I mean, what's the motivation of the main character? What's driving him throughout the beginning of the game? What's the conflict that he's dealing with?
Sure. So the main motivation is you're a revenant. You've lost your memories. And you wake up in this like post-apocalyptic world called Vein. That's hence the name Code Vein. So you're trying to figure out what your memories are and trying to figure out why you have this bloodlust.
So is blood like the currency in the game? Like, is a blood the equivalent of like souls?
Yeah, there's several types of currency. Blood is going to be your main type of currency. Blood helps you power your gifts. Then there's also Ichor, which allows you to use your gifts. There's several different systems in place, but yes, blood is your main type of currency.
So other than the gifts and the ability to, you know, change your class, I keep calling it class because I don't know what else to call it, and, you know, the companions, is there anything else that can help you in the midst of battle to kind of take on these enemies that you're going against? Is there anything that you could recommend as somebody, you know, who's probably played the game and can, you know, recommend it to people out there who are going to play Code Vein?
Yes, there is also the focus gauge, and what the focus gauge is, there's a little blue bar up on top above the health bar, and what the focus gauge does is as you do parries, as you perform, they call them perfect parries, where it's a perfectly timed parry or a perfectly timed roll, your focus gauge goes up, and what that does is it powers you up, it increases your HP, and it also increases your attack power and speed.
So I was playing the demo earlier, and you know, we were looking at like potential visceral attacks. So there are times where, you know, the opponent will take a knee. Are there any type of variations in the visceral attacks? Because I know you can change your class. Is there any way to like switch a weapon and do a different type of visceral attack in the middle of combat?
Yes, you can. So as your focus bar goes up, you'll also kind of enter like a rage mode, and that actually switches your attack. So what you'll be able to do, take for instance the character you're playing now with this blood veil is called Ogre, that big claw you have. As you fill up that focus meter, you can actually switch up the attacks, and he'll do like an uplift type move with the claw. He'll hit up the enemy in the air, and you can combo him, or you can drop him down on the claw and drain their blood that way. So if your focus meter goes up, your moves will change.
Awesome, man. Boys, you got any more questions?
No, I was going to say that the visceral attacks, I mean, I play a lot of Dark Souls games, and I was playing through Code Vein, and let me tell you, it's probably the hardest out of the genre that I've encountered thus far.
The boss is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, the timing is difficult. And like you were talking about that focus meter, definitely integral in terms of completing through the game and getting through the bosses and all the different enemies. But yeah, you guys definitely did an awesome job on Code Vein.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot more that we're still adding. It's still in the preliminary state. Look for Code Vein in early 2018.
Early 2018. All right, guys, you heard it here first. DeepBoyce HazyRome, NYCC 2017. My man Dmitryi Khlynin. You told me that, and I'm not gonna. I'm
gonna go with Khlynin.
I'm not gonna drop. That's your name now.
It could also be the Russian concussion.
I like that, guys. We're heading on out of here. We'll see you guys in the next one.